Again, we are trying to figure out what we did wrong. So I started over and used two different colors. Hopefully this brings a little clarity into what we're talking about doubles. So this I have represented here is the first circle row. So I went around and did 4 single loops, and then attached that to the second row. And on the second row I did the double in each one. And by double in each one, I mean a double in each one. And I'll show you right here. We have the blue, which is the standard fill-in color, and then this pink that I got here. So on our next knot, we take that in and pull it through to get one loop, and then through that same hole, the one that I just pulled that through, you can see here, this one, I'm going to go through this twice. This is how we get a double. One, so that's one. Take it through that same hole. You can see where it is. It's pulling the whole thing. 2. So we got that, and now we start the field to our next double line. So the confusing part would be at the very beginning, the first row after the singles, the row singles, the 4, 5, or 6, how many ever triangles you want. You can see those triangles now very pronounced here. But so in each of those, you would do a double knot in each of those singles. And so then you would go from 4, in this case, to 8. And you can count these and see that there's 8 knots. You can see the line right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the 8 lines. And then I started with my field color, which is the blue. So I did 1, double there, 1, double there, 1, double there, 1, double there. So we're all the way around now. So we did 2, 1, 2, double there, 1, 2, double there, 1, 2, double there. Oh, 1, 2, double there, 1, 2, double there. See, it starts to build on itself and get into this spiral pattern. So finally we get down to here, and we're in this double. We got to this double we got here. So I'm just going to rotate back here and go to the next one. So I did the pink, got 2 there, and now we're going through the field to the next double spot. And I made it really easy here because the line is pronounced, so I know exactly where I need to stop to do a double. I'm just going to get there relatively quickly. So this is where I would stop and I would change colors in this instance, because I'm using 2 different colors to pronounce it. So that first loop here is where I'm starting that double. Coming up. That's 1. Then through that same hole again. I'm just going to open that up so you can see a little better. So that's the knot we went through to get that, to start that one. We're going to go through that same one again. 2. So I put 2 in there. And now we're moving on to the field. 1. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I'm back to the double. It starts right there. Go through here, grab my pink, take it through. One, then through that same hole again, open that up so you can see that. 2, through the same hole. Then I'm ready to start my field again. So you repeat that pattern. So I'm just going to take this, pick out, and we can look at this together. So you can see here, I've just been going, it's a spiral, so I've just been going around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 0. This first line should be the double, so it's all double knots, building off of that, the 4 that I have here. And that is the basis of it. Now we've discussed previously doing a 5 or 6 triangles, and to simply do that you would do 5 or 6 as your first loop and then a double off each of that. And that's how we get the hat shape. Now this one's a little messed up only because I'm using 2 strings, so it's bound that whole thing down, but that actually looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to keep that or not. But that's what I'm working with. And maybe for the first one, if you wanted to really confuse yourself, try two different strings. But this is a more of an advanced technique, I would say. But if you're feeling ambitious, give it a go just to keep yourself kind of relatively, in sync with the pattern. I've never tried this before, so this was new for me, and it's actually looks cool, and it's easy to keep track of. It's a lot easier to keep track of. Pretty impossible to miss a double stitch when you run into the row you're supposed to hit. So give that a whirl.